Hey traders, this is Jeff with a very important market update. I was not expecting my timing signal to change given recent developments last week. I really thought after last week's strong rally that we were going to be in for a nice tradable trend to the upside. Now, what I generally do then is I wait for some setups to appear, and we did have some, and then I wait for the individual buy signals on those stocks to appear. Now, we started to get some of those today, but you don't buy into a extremely negative falling market, especially when on this chart of the Nasdaq, I was looking for a pullback to this trend line, and we gapped right down below it today. So that was a little bit of a warning sign. And if it was one of those deals where you gap down and then you rebounded in that first 60 minutes and then you just pulled higher, well, that would have been one thing. But what the market ended up doing was consolidating at the lows. We'll essentially gap down, consolidate all day, and it's actually a pretty negative setup going into tomorrow. And so I was very surprised when my timing signal flipped bearish after the close, essentially negating any chances of getting into anything long at this point in time. And with the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow, the jobs numbers tomorrow, a lot of macro news going on, I wasn't about to establish any new long positions today, regardless of whether my timing signal changed. So as of now, we have a new fresh sell signal on the markets. I went in and shorted diamonds and the Qs shortly after the close, maybe in about 90 minutes after the close. And so I'm basically completely changing my view on what I expect now to happen. Given these last 2 days of weakness, I am now bearish on the markets. And you can see here, we basically fell, and right to this point, this seems to be a very significant point of support and it was resistance, and now it's support. So we may bounce a little bit, but I expect tops. Maybe we'll bounce up to this 26.25 level, 26.30, and then roll over. So as of right now, these are the markets that I'm watching, and this is essentially my view. I'm bearish on the Toronto Stock Exchange. You can see here we basically hit resistance at 60, and you can see a nice series of ebb and flows here. And I've been pointing out that the Toronto Stock Exchange it's not been as strong as the rally in the Dow in the U.S. market. So I was already a little suspicious of that. So now I'm very suspicious, and I think that this market's going to head down even further. TLT, I'm bullish. You can see the 40 level proved to be a nice level of support. I'd like to see this consolidator pull back a little bit, and my target here for now is maybe we'll start with the previous highs, and then we'll see what happens at that point in time. Volatility had been coming out of the markets, and I deemed this level support. It bounced a lot because it had a little bit of a head and shoulders going on. And now, if we can rally above this level, that would negate that, in my opinion. And the volatility could be coming back into the market. So I'll be looking to trade VXX potentially on any pullback tomorrow. And finally, the dollar, about a week and a half ago, maybe it was actually right around here, I had thought that at first this was support, and then I thought, maybe we'll break through that. And if you can imagine drawing a line to the apex of this wedge, that's essentially where it came down and found support, and that's very common. A lot of people think this is support, breaks through it, goes down a little bit more, basically takes out people's stops, and then bounces right at this imaginary apex. So let's see. To recap, I'm bearish on the general markets, the Toronto Stock Exchange. I am bullish on bonds, VXX, and the dollar. And those are the markets that I'll be looking to trade tomorrow. So take care, guys.